Good evening, Titan fans. We're here for another Monday night of Divinity League action. Tonight, as voted by the community, we have TFF Aftershock, the #1 team currently, against NSG Pearl. I am Shotduck here with Django Ultimus, returned from vacation.
Yep, 1 week gone and I'm back refreshed and ready for some action. Pearl currently sitting in our #4 spot in the standings, but you gotta look a little bit closer. You know, the standings don't always tell the entire picture. Pearl with 5 wins has 2 wins that you could say are a little bit more impressive, with the victory over P247 Echo, which was a narrow 2-1, a very close series, and then the start of their win streak against NSG Amethyst, their sister team, was very convincing, honestly. But then they have 3 wins against some lower placed teams. BD, Insomnia, and Oasis are all 3 teams that make up Pearl's victories. And so it kind of casts a shadow over them right now, and they're going to look to go up against massive favorites in TFF Aftershock who have not lost a game. And while I set that up a little bit dreary for Pearl, they have had some extremely bright spots on their team. I think everybody can really point to the jungle for that. And if that matches the shining spot for TFF, maybe that's a way they can go in. But they're going to have to start in the draft to see where we come on top for this. NSG Pearl versus TFF Aftershock. Pearl looking to kind of upset standings, get a really solid win on the board. And honestly, even if they show great strength, we will take it as a nice token, because TFF Aftershock have looked dominant, and they're going to look to continue that dominant shot, Doc.
So now the Teemo ban, TFF Aftershock is missing 2 bans tonight for use of an E-sub. That is their usual marksman coconut. My mind completely spaced out. Is missing in action. It was foretold. So the usual Ezreal bans are not in effect.
Yeah, that one's going to be taken out. Tortuga is going to be his replacement, and I'm trying to remember where I last cast that name, but it is a familiar name at that. Be able to see him out, and I think our faces are still up on screen, but we are in draft. Teemo and Aurelian Soul, followed by the Jarvan the 4th for TFF's bans. Again, Teemo and Aurelian. There are placeholders. Morgana brand, I guess, supporting the Morgana's definitely taken away from Pop-Tart, if I remember correctly. Xerath brand. A lot of long-range enchanters. Enchanters isn't the word I'm looking for. Mages, rather, going to be taken off the board. But the one that strikes my eyes, the Lux is still up. It is still a pocket pick for the support of TFF, but they're obviously not going to go towards that very soon. And we are going to get to see Diablo's Kayn. You wanted to see it the first time we saw TFF. We didn't get it. Stayed on that ban list the entire time. Pearl have left it up. Let's see how they deal with it.
First pick Vayne is ballsy.
Okay.
Tarek. So they have a very specific idea in mind here.
Most certainly. The Vayne Taric is a lane that's very hard to push out. And that explains a lot of the bans. You're going to want to get rid of long range. You're going to want to get rid of poke, because if Vayne Taric can get extended trades with the healing coming out of the Taric passive, or the passive keeping his healing coming, the Vayne very short range, you want to get those long range poke tools out of the way. That explains a lot of the bans coming out from Pearl. They seem to have a very strong sense of what they want to do, but TFF are going to come straight back. Caitlyn and Set. That Set should be going towards the top lane. I have not seen a support Set in quite some time, and to be very honest, it's doggy doo-doo into both Taric and Vayne. So hopefully Pop-Tart is not taking that one. I expect to see that go into Season 10 Survivor's hands, and it's going to be the Ornn answer. That's a pretty solid matchup. Honestly, the Ornn doesn't get pushed out too bad. You can immune the right things and play around the lane pretty easily. So that'll be a nice tip for him. But now NSG have not locked in their character for Church of Rango, which means he's going to start eating bans here in the second phase. Jarvan and Zinzao already gone.
Yeah, NSG's ban, I don't know if it's blocked on stream like it is on my screen. Those are Ziggs and Yumi bans for their last 2.
No, it is not blocked on stream. That's just a little us thing.
Okay.
Spoken up, Lissandra. So they're saying Church of Rango. You don't have your Jarvan, you don't have your Zinzao, we don't need to ban anything else. And even with the Kayn first pick, you can see Rango's priority. He wants to see the entire composition to fill the entire just to fill the entire map with his presence. As the jungler for NSG Pearl, the Earth gets locked in. That is Lux. So that one is going to come out. And while Pearl put a lot of bans towards these long-range enchanters, Lux and Zyra are still going to be locked in. Either one is pretty hard to deal with here.
Yeah, that's a rough situation for Vayne to find herself in. But that is a Braum locked in.
So both Braum and Taric can jungle. We have load screen already up, so I can check. But both of those supports are jungle. Capable. All right, Rango. I like to see it. Did he go Conqueror or Phase Rush?
Conqueror.
Okay. That's a little bit spicy. I prefer the Phase Rush here, just because of the amount of range the enemy has. But both are fine. The Conqueror is definitely going to be nicer into the set and the Kayn. Phase Rush, a little bit harder to play. You're much squishier at that. Okay, we got a lot of spice here. So the Braum definitely answers some of the poke.
Ooh.
But I think there just becomes a point where you kind of get one shot in almost any situation. Tortuga had to have seen them.
Nice flash in from the Braum. Caitlyn flashes away.
Okay, flash for flash at the end of things. That is a trade that Scrambles will take every day of the week. Tortuga, once he got hit by the Winter's Bite, I like the idea of scaling the E, because if you don't get hit by the Winter's Bite, you don't have to flash. He was a bit too slow on the draw, however, has to burn his own flash and scale the E, which is not particularly where he would like to be. Level 1 going to be not as dominant, but still the range, just the auto attack range, and the poke coming out of Pop-Tart should be enough. It looks like Diablo's looking for a cheeky invade. It looks like they're just going to be able to get this one off. The ward will spot them at some point. I don't know when. I don't think it has spotted them on the red buff, but if he moves down to the Raptors, it certainly will see him.
NSG definitely has an idea that this is happening, because Cassio hovered somewhat in the area but didn't go too close, and Ornn took the safe path all the way behind the towers and came down lane to get in for level 1. So they have a sense of what's going on there.
I'll be real curious to see Diablo's plan here, because from an overall perspective, I really don't like what TFF have gone for here in the early game.
The gank coming in top. There's a nice stun from Set. Ornn's walking through, body blocked by Kayn, and flash out from Ornn.
It's just a bit silly of Zeratul to be that far up. Looking in this mana pool, it doesn't look like he's been spamming spells on the wave. Yeah, it's actually pushing into him, so he's doing kind of fine, but you gotta know the map is split. Has to blow his flash on that. And now the same thing needs to be said about TFF's bot lane. Tortuga and Pop-Tart naturally going to push as the Caitlyn Zyra. But when will they get collapsed on? They are on the weak side of the map, and this is what I was worried about with TFF's plan. You leave this Caitlyn and Zyra on a split map, they are very vulnerable. On top of being vulnerable, it means that Mocha Dog is just allowed to farm up safely. Is going to have to do that under tower. I don't like Zeratul training here. Even if he immunes the correct thing and gets the trade-off, he can still be ganked. He's still the weak side of the map. Taric, keep your eyes on the bot lane. They're looking. Caitlyn has no flash, remember.
Bite from Braum. Caitlyn dodges the stun from Taric, but gets the stun from the Braum passive. Taric gets first blood. Braum's ignited. That's a stun on Pop-Tart under tower, and Mocha Dog finishes off Zyra.
as clear as the day sky gets. Your weak side, you push up, you get ganked, you had no flash from the level 1. You can't blame that on Tortuga being a substitute. That is just something you need to know, and anyone on the team should be able to communicate that. Diablo should be able to communicate that. The fact that he is topside, he can't come back. Oh, we have a bit of a pause. Okay, it looks like it's just some audio issues. Hopefully a quick disconnect, reconnect will fix that one up. But I'm disappointed, to say the least, out of TFF spot lane.
Yeah, that pause came at some interesting timing because it looked like Season 10 Survivor was thinking about diving Zeratul. and then the pause came in.
It's, with flash up, maybe. He basically has to blow the W and then redive afterwards. I'm actually going to see it on Twitch as it comes up here in a delay. See if Season 10 actually had dive capability. I'm not sure he did. W's up in about 5 seconds. Did Zeratul burn the W is the big question.
On the pause screen, yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, as we come out of
just
pause.
Okay. So they repaused again. Sad.
Yeah.
Repose one more time. Zeratul did not have the W, so Season 10 went for the... I feel like he could have tanked one more to get the grit up on the W and then flashed out, but you really have to land the W at that point, otherwise you just blow flash for nothing. Quick pause. Seems like Mocha Dog's back. Hopefully the audio issues are fixed, and it seems such as we are staying in game this time. Taking a look at the solo lanes, as we've been talking about the bot lane for a little while, CS is pretty similar all around the board. BTG not having too much trouble with this Cassio early laning. We know that can be very devastating here in the early game. XZ Wolf not really pressuring his early lead. We can normally see Cassiopeia really be aggressive in those earlier levels with just the Twin Fang spam damage rather, but he's opted for a slower laning start, focusing on the CS and not doing a bad job of it at all. Now Mocha just needs to basically get as much of the farm as possible underneath this wave, not get dove on it, which with Diablos currently being seen on a ward that he sweeps away, there should not be any rush. And this is kind of the aggression I was talking about. 1 Q lands and the Cassiopeia can move forward. BTG needs to be careful. Light Binding connects, and that will save the Lux's life.
So that is a Cloud Dragon for TFF. And the next one we've got is Infernal coming up in 5 minutes.
Easy Drake capture, and that's more what I like to see out of TFF. You're going to have the pushing bot lane. If you can't use it to shut down Mocha Dog because the Braum is too strong out of scrambles, then what you need to do is use the pressure to win the map. The Cloud Drake doesn't do much in it of itself, but that is a pre-6 minute capture, which means first minute of it being up. Diablos has taken that one and will start the dragon early. Infernal being next, as you stated, will mean we're getting Ocean or Mountain, and those souls are known for being devastatingly strong in pretty much any scenario outside of getting one shot, which when you look at NSG's team composition, you don't really see one shot. You see Cassiopeia Vayne, you see a Taric, Ornn, Braum frontline. They want to front to back, and they want to extend the team fights. So an Ocean Soul or a Mountain Soul both can be very, very powerful for TFF if they're able to get their hands on it.
Yeah, I feel like an Ocean Soul would be completely gross for the 5 minute long team fights NSG is going to be looking for.
Keep an eye on them, see how they're doing in the scaling department. Mocha Dog particularly feeling well with that kill, with that assist, and with a bit of CS lead. Pop-Tart has Clash.
Zyra gets stunned. There's another stun. Nice layering of the Taric stun and the Braum stun. Vayne steps on a trap.
Whoa, that Winter's Bite. Nice shot there from Scrambles. into the back of Tortuga, but the dive is pretty sketchy without any flashes. Zertzel's going to be completely fine here. Diablos has no 6. And Survivor actually burned Flash for that as well. So once again, NSG helping out their weak side bot, and TFF trying to punish the Ornn on the top side, but they just don't have the tools to do it. The Kayn isn't transformed, doesn't even have the ultimate yet. The set isn't enough of a lane bully, had to blind pick his champion. And now we're kind of seeing NSG getting off to a good start, but the start isn't really what matters for this team composition. It's definitely the finish. They're going to have to keep their heads cool and stay in it, because they have a long way to go here if they're looking to win game 1 off of their composition.
It's a big fight coming in mid. Cassio misses the ult, flashes out of the Lux ult. Tarek is still just taking Raptors.
I wonder if he's getting 6 off of it. Oh, no, he's not even close. Okay. Well,
no. And he gets shut down by the Kayn ult. Now Cassio is way too deep in the middle of
just TP for this?
Set did in fact TP for this.
Well, they gave it to
gold
him.
worth.
All right. At least his team gave him the kill. That was an interesting teleport, but he got the kill. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad at all. Yeah. No, Church of Frango was too far forward. XC Wolf not respecting the fact that Pop-Tart could be on their own. And that's definitely what I meant about the end matters more than the start for NSG Pearl. Even though they're gold up, even though they are the scaling champions, they still need to get to the point of the game where they are strong. Their 1,000, their 1.3 thousand gold lead does not mean they're just inherently winning the game at this point. They have to continue to play smart.
They just used Tumble, so Kayn is coming in.
He dodges the stun. It's going to be just fine to walk out of here. And Church of Rango needs to get back into his jungle and farm. You can see 36 minions. And don't let the jungle Tarek fool you. It's actually, honestly, not a bad farmer. As long as you can continue to auto-attack, you can continue to sling spells, and if your blue buff is up and available, you can just power clear as long as you have the mana to do so, which is also, I assume, why he has gone for the Glacial Buckler, giving him that additional mana on top. But he needs to get to level 6. He needs to catch up a bit in gold. Well, not even gold. He's pretty even on gold with Diablos. It is more the experience that he is lacking, because that Tarek ultimate can be massive. If he can latch that onto one of his carries, make them invulnerable, make the fight draw out even longer, it'll be just what NSG need. 10 seconds on the dragon. It looks like NSG actually want to contest this. No TP on Season 10 Survivor might be the reason. We could just see Zertzel just completely back off this fight and be able to TP. He needs to start walking away right now, though. It's not backing up far enough. They're just going to 4v4 this. Okay, as I say that, there it is. Ornn's looking for the teleport.
Ornn teleported even though the dragon's already dead. And it is an Ocean Soul. Flash out of the Ornn ult from Caitlyn. Braum ult gets the knockup.
Oh.
Caitlyn dodges the stun from Tarek. There's a Tarek ult, and that's not the cleanest dive we've seen.
Certainly not, certainly not. It seemed like the team wanted to push their luck. They expended the teleport. They wanted to get more out of that because Season 10 is getting so much on the top side. In essence, I like it. Backing off for the TP, but I think, like you kind of said, the dragon went down. It was obvious that Season 10 was calling, hey, my top laner's gone, I can't TP, just give up the one dragon. Definitely sucks to do for TFF, but Season 10 caught back up in top lane from that detour he took to get the kill, and now he is just sitting very pretty ahead of Zertzel. Outside of the initial flash burn, level 1, the Ornn has been very, very smart about knowing when he is the weak side. It seems that level 1 caught him a bit off guard, but when his jungler is not near, he's playing very safe. It's going to be a Herald Spawn for the first tower capture pre-14 minutes, so it is all the plates shared between Diablos and Survivor.
I didn't see any gold come off of that turret. I think they were both too far away.
So it'll go to Diablos if Season 10 Survivor was not in range, it's very possible that he got all 360 gold and did not share any of it. PTG lands that. It's so scary whenever the Q lands in mid lane. The Cassiopeia damage can come out of nowhere. But currently still working his way up to the Mythic, as is Mogadog. 1900 in base, or in pocket. Means the Vayne actually has the money for it. He was looking for the base timing. Good ulti. Very, very nice out of Wolf. Petrifying Gaze stops them both in their tracks. She's going to be able to walk straight out of that one, slither rather, I suppose. And now it is scrambles onto the bot side, doing what he can to defend this tower against the onslaught of range. You know, 0, 3, and 2. Bot lane, not really what you want to see, but the range is still there. The advantage in lane is still there. Vayne actually didn't have enough, or bought Berserker Greaves instead of completing Mythic. I'm not actually sure which one of those is true. Stun lands. Red buff is on.
Tarek's
Blue
going
smite.
for it. Tarek gets the stun into the kill. Alright.
Yeah, I mean, like as much as I hope people aren't, I haven't been looking at Twitch chat as much as I should, but Tarek is not a bad jungler whatsoever. And for the record, as I stated in Picks and Pans, neither is Braum. They can both do the job pretty fine, and you can see kind of the damage just coming out of this Tarek. Tarek is technically a Triflex right now between top jungle and support, but no one really plays him, and I can't really blame them. He's not the most interesting support, and he has a pretty high, what's the word? Learning curve.
Yeah. So
it's very hard to get right.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't actually know if this is a thing. I just don't know about Spectator. Is there any way for us to see Kane's transformation meter?
As far as I'm aware, there is not.
Okay. Because he has definitely not gotten either form change yet, which is the big power spike he needs.
Yeah, post 14 minutes he should be getting that. I have to...
He hasn't had a ton of success in ganks, so I suspect if he's getting any... Oh, there's a gank in mid. Tarek gets the stun. Cassio just burns Lux down. I think I lost Django. So... yeah, NSG is making a play here, going for the dragon. Caitlyn gets stunned, gets knocked up by the Braum ult, and Tarek follows up with the stun. Nice clean kill, 18 seconds before the dragon comes up. Both top laners are here this time, no teleports needed. Season 10 Survivor is making his way back up top, so they might just be giving up this dragon with Caitlyn being dead. Yeah, Kane is farming Krugs, so this is a dragon going to NSG. Nicely done. They're currently sitting on just over 1,000 gold lead, like 1,300-ish. And it's mostly, yeah, that's entirely on the bot lane. There's a couple hundred gold in mid difference, but oh, Cassio is getting ganked by Kane in mid. She misses the ult. Lux hits all her spells. Cassio's trying to run, but that's a Kane ult, so she is gonna get finished off. You back, Django?
I don't know. Okay. Unplugging.
I can hear you now. Oh. Kane blast cones over into a Tarek at Krugs. And dashes out.
Doesn't want that 1v1. Frozen Heart complete for Rango. Yeah, it's just, honestly, I'm pretty sure it's mostly for the mana and the ability haste. It's not really for the auto attack slow. The armor's nice here for him. There's only, it's gonna need a little bit of MR later on into the game as Pop-Tart is moving towards the classic support item of probably another Leandri's.
I mean, I feel like Frozen Heart's a pretty solid buy with Set and Caitlyn on the field. Getting the auto attack slow is going to feel good.
Yeah, no, it's not like a troll purchase or anything. I'm just pretty sure Taric needs the 400 mana. A lot more than he needs the auto attack slow, so it's good of him to get that in his first item. I actually see Rango hiding out here.
He is hunting this Kane.
Okay.
Misses the stun. Kane's heading over towards the blast cone. Braum gets slowed by the W. Winter's Bite does land, but he waited too long and Kane's gone. Luxalt chunks the Braum, Set's there now. Taric ult comes down, but Braum still gets blown up by the Haymaker. Vayne takes out Season 10 Survivor. Taric's got a Kane ult on him. That's nice dodge out by the Kane. Ornn misses the follow-up on the ulti.
Oh no. Okay.
Caitlyn nets forward to finish off Cassio.
The flash Gale Force to get the kill. Ends up being a 2-for-2 at the end of days. Diablo still no form, needs to get back into base. You imagine he has it at this point, but
ooh, nice two-man knockup from Ornn. Taric flashes forward, he wants this. Ornn's there, Vayne's doing damage. Mochadog gets a killing spree, but Season 10 Survivor shows up, gets a nice stun. Vayne gets a triple kill, going for the Quadra. They're trying to give it to her, but Taric stuns for the kill.
Okay, TFF just kept on fighting and fighting and fighting when they really should not have. Mochadog comes up huge in that fight, 5-0-3 now on the Vayne, and this champion just didn't get shut down like we thought it would. This was an R1 Vayne, and the answers from TFF just weren't enough, and I don't want to say it's just a pure like lane diff kind of thing. It was definitely a team decision for having the Diablo start in the top side, split the map. The Vayne did not get any pressure in the early game. In fact, got plenty of pressure from her team because of the map split. And now the efforts are being rewarded. Now the Vayne is sitting on 2 items. Now your Cassiopeia, who's been just allowed to exist in the mid lane, is also on 2 items with a fully stacked tier. And it's looking harder and harder for TFF to make this comeback a reality. They're 3 dragons away from Soul. They don't have that win condition in their pocket at all. You have to think they're just looking for a miracle team fight with Set, with Lux, with Zyra. It can happen, but at this point in the game, you have to start favoring NSG Pearls as the favorites to take game 1.
Diablos did finally get his form change. We have Rost on the Rift.
So going for the complete tanky version, not opting into the blue cane gore drinker shenanigans that we have been seeing pop up in our patch notes and somewhat in our solo queue. I haven't seen it too much. I don't know if you've had good graces.
No, I haven't seen much Kane recently in general.
Drag start here. Diablos would love to steal this one. I feel like fighting here is pretty fine for Pearl. You might not want to 50-50.
Oh, that's a really nice steal from Kane. Gets knocked up by the Ornn and doesn't make it out of the pit, but that's a good dragon steal to delay NSG's stacking.
Oh, watch Mocha. He's going.
Ornn, Mochadog chases down the Lux. Ornn ult knocks up 2. Season 10 Survivor gets a double.
Right.
That was a scrappy one.
Yeah, Mocha moved a bit too far off to the side. Wanted the mid laner dead, but meant that they couldn't turn the team fight as well as they wanted. Mocha still needs to be respected here. This this Vayne will 2-tap most of their members here with a quick auto Q auto. But it's pretty scary being on TFF's side. That dragon steal, can we just go back to that one for a second? Diablos did not have smite. from the wall throughout a W that does, I gotta check the damage real quick, 294 damage. And he steals the Ocean Drake, preventing Soul Point from NSG Pearl. If that's not a clutch moment, I don't know what is. And now I'm still going to stand behind my reasoning earlier. The scaling is still with Pearl. Their teamfight is still disgusting. They still have an insanely fed 80 carry. But that moment in time might have been a little bit of a rift. And let's see if TFF can continue to tear it apart.
The Death Bush gets caught by Zyra. Kane knocks up the turret.
Mocha's not here. I don't think they want to fight without their super fed 80 carry. Mocha's on the side lane because no one can 1v1 him. I just worry about the team's ability to force.
Mocha's getting collapsed on. He has Set and Kane coming over. There's a Set ult for the suppression. Bane's kiting with ult. Oh, she tries to flash over the Haymaker. Gets the kill on Set, but 1,000 gold shutdown to Kane.
Alright, Mocha Dog, if you're listening, please don't ever focus the Set again. It makes him deal more damage.
Oh, here's an ult from Ornn and Tarek in mid. The stuns get layered onto Zyra, but she's still alive. She finally goes down to Church of Rango. Cassio gets the kill onto Diabolus. BTG takes out Braum under turret, flash forward from Cassio, and Caitlyn burns down.
Okay. I wondered about their ability to force, but the Ornn Horn combined with the Cosmic Radiance is just such a powerful go button. You can dive the tier 1 mid, you can get 3 kills, and that really makes the play all the worth it. TFF had to invest a lot into Mocha Dog, and while I honestly think Mocha Dog wins the 2v1 if they play it properly, they still got a kill and baited 3 ultimates out and got the kill, and that just made the job mid lane very easy for the rest of their team. They now have Blade of the Ruin King, which is not what I thought they were going for. I really thought it was a Wits. Yeah, I don't really like it, to be honest. If you wanted the lifesteal, you can just go Bloodthirster. If you wanted the attack speed, you could have gone anything else. You could have gone Wits. But it's a 2-in-1. I suppose it's attack speed and lifesteal if you really needed it right this moment. I don't think there is anything really to fight for unless you're just getting a huge teamfight victory. I suppose if we're... Okay, so the one thing I could say is if the Vayne's plan from now on is to just side lane and plan to 2v1, I guess I can see the Boric angle, but I'm still skeptical. Moves
don't curse us to that fate, because I think there's a non-zero chance that's the game plan.
Very well could be. The Ornn can't handle the sideline. Cassiopeia has flash, and honestly, I don't know who Cassiopeia can't 1v1, so maybe that should be the better target. As I say that, XC Wolf is in the top side, and this means Church of Rango very happily gets to take his own blue buff. Cassiopeia and Tarek both mana intensive throughout the entire game, so seeing who gets the blue could be a bit of an interesting mark.
Cassio is teleporting into the dragon pit.
Yeah, they just want to secure it for sure. No more Kane shenanigans on this one.
Hopefully they let the E time out this time, because Kane must have been like single seconds away from that going away when he got that steal last time. Oh, there's a Lux ult on just Braum. Ornn ult comes in. Ornn gets a Caitlyn ult. Nice 3-man stun from Set. Mocha Dog is in there chasing after Caitlyn. Cassio kills Set. Kane's in there, takes out Vayne. Nice Zonias to avoid the damage from the Kane ult.
Oh, that's both
Kane
of them?
is going off. Flash forward into the auto to finish off.
Wait, they win. They kill him. Church of Rango. The healing.
There's a stun for the healing on Dragon. Tarek heals.
Oh, let's get it. The support squad. Oh my god, there's just so much CC, and if they can continue to auto attack, you can see it on the dragon right now. Slap, slap, heal, slap, slap, heal. It is absolutely insane how quickly Charger Rango can get that heal back up if he's allowed to auto attack his targets. Oh, Diablos is trying. He's trying so hard. He got the kill onto Mocha. He got the shutdown in the top side. He got the kill onto the Cassiopeia. But he doesn't have enough of a team behind him right now to finish the job. It's Soul Point over to this massively scaling composition. It's a Knight's Vow, which I almost never see. Stats are just so bad, but when you have that one target that just needs to stay alive, it is the item for you. Locket and Knights in for scrambles. I like the Ionian boots here, personally. Probably Merc Treads or Ionians. Too good.
Tarek
Be very
gets
careful.
Caitlyn. Oh, Caitlyn just dodges the wall for the Vayne stun. Oh my god. 3 hits almost blows up the Kayn, but the Lux ult finishes off Braum.
Okay, a little bit of an unlucky stand behind me. Put Braum right on top of the trap. Scrambles will get scrambled, but I don't think that's going to change much of the course of the game. Let's see, Wolf is still pushing in the top side. Mocha still an well, I shouldn't say an unkillable threat, but a threat nonetheless. Tier 1's going to go down, and like I said, regardless of the support falling, not too much will change. NSG Pearl still clearly in the driver's seat of the first game of this best of 3 series. We're going to see, can Diablos turn this one around? He's the man to look at. Season 10 Survivor also has a lot of potential to show up big in these fights. Lux and Zyra can each make... I just noticed the Lux build. I don't know nearly enough about Lux to know, but Demonic Trace is interesting. It's definitely a frontline killing build with the Demonic and the Leandri's Anguish, so must be what BTG is going for, trying to kill Scrambles, trying to kill Rango, trying to kill Zeratul. That way Caitlyn can focus on the burst with the Gale Force and the...
Oh. Braum gets knocked up. Here's a teleport coming out of Ornn. Tarek gets the Lux ult, but not a ton of damage. They're just walking out.
Yeah, they wanted to threaten Baron with the Ornn bot side, but they pulled the trigger too quick. And now they're either going to have to start the Baron or answer mid-push or find a fight.
Done on Lux, and BTG gets taken out. Mocha gets another kill. Now Zyra's in danger. She dodges the Tarek stun. Tarek's low. There's a Braum ult. Vayne is going and gets the Kayn kill. Oh, Set flashes in for the stun. Mocha gets hit by the edge of the Haymaker?
Yes.
Set big punch.
Set big punch indeed, but not big enough, as all 5 members of NSG Pearl still stand. And the Baron is not long for this word. Cassiopeia Vayne, ladies and gentlemen. That was, I promise you, a Baron was there 4 seconds ago, but no longer. Purple Worm taken off the Rift, and now the buff is worn by its Slayers. NSG Pearl, 4 items on their AD carry, 4 items on their mid laner, and 3 items on their... He went Divine Sunder, and he's got another longsword. Man, I love this guy. Sign me up for a full series of this. I need more Frozen Heart Divine Sunder Taric in my life.
And the first 2 Ornn upgrades have gone to the predictable Cassio and Vayne. That's the twin hyper carries they've got.
1 minute. Ocean Soul. Baron on the enemy team. This is the break moment. I won't call it the make or break moment because I feel like TFF have been fighting an uphill battle for a little while now. Pop that Lux.
Ornn ult comes in. Caitlyn flashes away from it, but Zyra and Caitlyn are both on the wrong side of this.
Well, just about everybody is.
Yeah, they've got NSG surrounded. Oh, Caitlyn has no idea she's on Vision. Or Cassio has no idea she's on Vision.
Oh, we're going to
Cassio's
XP.
burning.
So at this point, you just let the Cassio base and teleport, and don't start the dragon.
I think they're going for the healing.
They're just
Okay,
going-
no.
Yeah, okay. Ah, you don't have to risk it, but they're going to anyways. One hyper carry very low. Church of Rango.
Oh my god, that healing. Oh shit!
Oh,
and
he did it
Kane
again!
Deals it. They keep not doing their homework before these dragons, and Kane hits 2 steals from Diabolus.
Oh no. Oh, you hate to see it. NSG Pearl, man. I hope they're not nervous because they're playing against an undefeated team right now. Undefeated in match score, I do believe they've lost.
They have lost
games,
individual
right?
games, yeah.
Yeah,
I know
they're
they lost
14
one
and
last
3.
week to Clown.
Yes, they are 14-3 in game record, 7-0.
Oh,
in
Mocha Dog
overall.
gets snared. No follow-up, though.
First is very hard. Caitlyn Trap is kind of the follow-up, I suppose, between the 2 snares. You gotta look for that. Wolf recalling from the bottom side has teleport, but it looks like the whole team is going to be backing off. The Baron buff wears out in a mere seconds, and they're going to be shaking themselves. They used an entire Baron buff, didn't get too much off of it, got the dragon stolen away. They have to feel like they're stronger. They've got the ornaments, they've got the scaling carries, they've got the unkillable frontline, but they can't. They're just not crossing their T's. They're just not dotting their I's. You can't let Diablos keep doing it. The first time was unlucky. He got a W steal out of nowhere. I mean, okay, you saw the wall, but maybe you didn't know he had smite. But the second steal, come on. Pearl needs to be playing a bit cleaner if they want to close out this game. Sieging is just not an option, by the way. They have to team fight around an objective. Between Zyra, between Lux, between Caitlyn, you just can't walk up if you don't have Baron. Baron's dead for another 2 minutes, and so is it for another 3. So NSG gonna find themselves not doing a whole heck of a lot. But they can be not doing a whole heck of a lot very efficiently. And by that, I mean that Lux ult should have been able
Oh,
to
here
minimake.
comes an Orn ult. Gets the knockup on Caitlyn. Taric ult to prevent not much damage. Kane knocks up some. There's a nice settle. And Pop-Tart gets Zeratul. Vayne does not go down yet. That's Cassio that went down. That's a 3-for-1 so far.
So I get the idea of using the Ornament and the Taric ultimate to take the tower. The problem is you cannot team fight afterwards. Your ultimates have expired, and your carries no longer have protection. TFF. I'd like to say they're fighting back, but NSG are the one who are giving them opportunities. Nonetheless, they are taking them, they are seizing them, and they are sieging this mid-tower currently. The inner tower will fall. Will Mocha try
Yeah,
to
they're
make a
getting the
stand?
inhib here.
Mocha has flash. You have to feel like he wants to fight. He wants to go in, but no. He understands that it could mean losing more than just an inhibitor.
Yeah,
That
if he
inhib's
goes
gonna be
down
down
now,
for
that
Baron
would be
and Dragon.
Baron.
Oh, that is all right. Pearl need to keep it together. It feels so. I understand. It feels rough. Your team is just not clicking in the ways it needs to. You guys are so much the stronger team composition at this point in the game, and I feel like they know it. I feel like they step onto the map and they're like 5v5 with every summoner and every cooldown up. We will win 100% of the time. Problem is they need to translate that knowledge into an objective team fight victory. A teleport's happening mid lane just to get back onto the map. Baron has
Kane is getting
spawned.
hunted up in top. They know he's up there because they saw him clear a ward. He's outside the top side of the
He's-
map.
Oh,
He's just waiting for his reinforcements.
They have vision on the Baron, so okay. Now they have to catch him very quickly.
There's a
or go
Caitlyn
back
ult
to the
coming
Baron.
in. Vayne gets that. Here comes an Ornn ult on the clump of them. Gets the knock-up onto Zyra. She gets chunked, but hasn't gone down yet. She's still alive. Zed gets a stun on Vayne. She flashes out of the Lux ult. The Haymaker hits 3. Diablos finishes off Church of Rango. He's on the backside. Caitlyn chunked Vayne. Mocha gets taken out. And now they're running. Ornn and Braum are the only two left standing. Oh.
You've gotta be joking, TFF. You can't win games like this. Diablos won't go down. Inhibitors at their Nexus towers. This is just it. That is just how the game ends. Pearl monstrously ahead as a 5v5 team composition. Cannot find the fight, cannot find the pick, do not know how to set themselves up for victory. And the masterclass of the first place team is showing you. Make cracks in their armor, poke holes in their defenses. When they make a mistake, be ready to strike. TFF did it time and time again. Enough chinks in the armor to take a game rightfully away from NSG Pearl. That was their game to lose, and Pearl lose it very sadly. And that makes the rest of this series so hard to play from a mental perspective.
Yeah, even at the end there, Pearl had at least a 3,000 gold lead when that Nexus died. That was
insane.
Yeah. I feel like that last fight was that little bit of damage. If they had finished off the Cassio or the Zyra, they would have been able to focus elsewhere, but instead she just got out and was able to keep doing Zyra things, and then Diablos just ran rampant through it.
I don't know what to say anymore. NSG don't feel like they played poorly. And it really sucks because I kind of came into this not expecting a ton from them. Like, some of their victories just weren't as clean. Now, the one on stream against Amethyst was probably their better ones, but the rest of their games looked much more unconvincing. And for them to come out with such hard swings, for Mocha Dog to put on such a performance, and then they just don't know how to close out a game. I don't know if it's Scrambles being pulled around by his team or if he's not as much of a shot calling voice, but they couldn't set up vision around any objectives. They couldn't properly take a team fight that would always be secure. Massive credit to TFF for finding the angles, for finding the mistakes, and for punishing them. But NSG lost a game that they shouldn't have, and I hope that they're going to come back with a fire and not with a falling on their face in game 2.
This is the resurrection. This is the reset. After the dust has settled, we pick up the pieces. We're the last of our kind, with a will to survive. In a strange young world, we're the last of our kind. When we open our eyes, in a strange young world. It's a strange young world. This is the resurrection. This is the peace. After the dust has settled, we pick up the pieces. We're the last of our kind, with the will to survive. In a strange young world, we're the last of our kind. When we open our eyes, in a strange young we will march through the fire. We will run through the fire as the flames get higher. In a strange young world, we will march through the fire. We will run through the fire as the flames get higher. In a strange young we're the last of our kind, with a will to survive. In a strange young world.
Yes, sir!
Welcome back, Titan fans. We're here for Game 2 of this Divinity League showdown between NSG Pearl and TFF Aftershock. I'm once again Shotduck here with Django Ultimus.
Oh, shot duck. I haven't mentally recovered from game 1. And if I haven't mentally recovered from game 1, I don't know how NSG are going to. Now, for viewer purposes, for spectator purposes, I really hope they have, and I really want them to. We have seen NSG Pearl on screen one other time, and it was a massive, I wouldn't say massive, but it was an upset. It was unexpected. They surprised me, and I very much like to be surprised because it's entertaining to be surprised. And game 1 was surprising in both the entertaining and the sad way. I could do with just the entertaining way here going into game 2. I'm sure NSG are with me on that one. It all starts in the draft, though. Will we have Taric ban? Will Taric get respect ban? Is Mokadog not going to be allowed to go Vayne? Are they going to switch up strategies completely? Because we had those big mage bans into the Vayne pick. A lot of things need to be shown, and while it is being shown to stream, it's not being shown to us. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Oh.
There it is.
There we go.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so we're still going to have the 2 misbands going to be filled by Teemo and Aurelion Sol. And Morgana coming out from Pearl first is completely normal. I don't believe, this.
Yeah, the exact same band so far.
If they first pick Vayne, man, that is, I mean, respect. Mokadog played extremely well. He was pretty much the carry that game for NSG Pearl, and if they want to run it back again, I can't see a reason why they shouldn't put their faith in an AD carry that had such a performance. Same 3 bands. We might just see it happen. Now the question is, TFF, do you let it happen? You have a single ban. Last time it was the Jarvan that they felt they had to take away from Rango. They're going to say, Mokus, you want Vayne, play it. Oh, man. The anticipation. Slam the B1 Vayne right here.
Okay, so taking away
We're not salty run backing. We're not salty run backing. We're going to play a bit smarter. We're going to say, hey, we liked your top side. We liked the pressure it had. We liked the team fight capability it brought. We're going to take it for ourselves this time. Kane's going to be the lock-in for TFF. Now, Jarvan got banned out here. Phase 2, it was Xin Zhao followed by a non-jungler. And I feel like they would be happy to swap that out for a Taric ban if it does not get picked in the first 3. And Rango's thinking the same thing I am thinking. Gonna pick that one up earlier. Actually, it's about the same time, but at that time we did not know it was going into the jungle. And they're just picking it right alongside the Braum. Okay, they're going to keep that duo combined at the hip. Braum and Taric, the wondrous Peck brothers. That's trademark. You can't take that. That's mine. They're going to leave the AD carry up in the air. Could be a Vayne, could be multiple other things. We'll see. And it's going to be the coveted Season 10 Survivor Tahm Kench. The memes must stay true. Vayne's going to get banned out. Mocha won't be allowed to play at that. Let's see. Cassiopeia taken away, which is interesting. I know both of these players actually do like Cassiopeia in the mid lane. So they're saying they don't want to allow that one to be the R5 pick. And we're going to see what comes out. I actually have to wait till the stream shows me what the 5th ban is, and it's Tristana, so double AD carry bans. Blue side will finish with a Ziggs. PTG could go straight back to the Lux if he so chooses. I feel like, I mean, you can blind your mid or your AD carry. This is such an interesting draft where both mids and AD carries are 4-5, and it will be the Ezreal blinds. It's going to be Ezreal Zyra for TFF, not a conventional bot lane. We see pretty much at, I don't remember the last time I saw an Ezreal Zyra.
This is so far like every single meme of a TFF comp.
Yeah, but Coconut's not even here and they're still picking it. Lucian bought without an enchanter. Alright. Okay. It's not going to happen, but what I would love to happen is for Scrambles to take Taric and Rango to take Braum. I understand it's not going to happen that way, but man oh man, that would be fantastic because the shields and heals would actually proc for Lucian's new passive. Braum, I don't believe does anything to maybe the W does. I don't think it does, but I'll give that a maybe. But if you can't proc Lucian's new passive, it's a bit risky, especially in the dual lane. If feel like Mocha just wants the mobility in the later stages of the game when he can get connected up with that Taric. The lane's going to be pretty rough. A lot of damage coming out from an Ezreal, from a Zyra. You have to be very, very careful. We'll see if Scrambles can continue to mitigate damage for his AD carry to work wonders. Meanwhile, BTG did go ahead and lock in the Lux as predicted. Very small but very effective champion. I wouldn't even call BTG's champion pool small, but set. He has a lot of set champions that he is known for over a long span of time, and he's just really solid on any of them whenever he pulls them out. Did opt for the cleanse into the Syndra, so possibly worried about the Syndra Taric stun combination just immediately dooming him, but not feeling like he needs to take teleport in this lane. We'll see if Wolf can levy that advantage to the fullest. We're getting another invade.
Okay. Another 5-man stack going up towards red buff this time. Well, I guess I went to red buff last time as well.
True, they just like red buff.
And
Confirmed.
they're immediately seen by Lux.
Right. Get spotted out. They get their ward on the Raptors. Want to know if the Kayn is going to be starting there, but Kayn did... Actually, Kayn went for the invade last time. I'm surprised they're not being more cautious with the fact that... I don't think they saw the Kayn there. But I think they just weren't very cautious with the fact that last time TFF went for the red buff invade. They're not going to do the same thing here. Diablo's just preferring the leash of his bot lane, and bot lane leash is always a very, very strong thing. That's why junglers start on the bot side. 2 people gives a better leash than 1 most of the time.
Looks like he's not... I don't think he's going for
going
leash at
Wolf
all. Starting Wolves.
So I really don't like this. I shouldn't say... No, Diablos is fine. I really don't like Pop-Tart doing this, because if the idea from the beginning was Zyra doesn't have to leash, Zyra should just be sitting in lane, setting up plants, setting up her passive that spawns every so many seconds to be just annoying, basically, on the bottom side of the map. No, it'll just be a single Q, a single arcane comment, and nothing to... Season 10 Survivor. You can't do him like this. It's only level 1. Let him live a little bit longer. Grasp coming out for the Tahm Kench, making those short trades very strong. BTG gets the early level, steps up for some auto attacks. Laning going pretty smoothly, but you can see Scramble's starting to eat that poke. Gonna chug through 1 potion. I feel like the sweeper's a bit hard to accomplish anything with at the current given moment, but he spots out that there are no wards in that brush. They get level 2. And they're only down 1 pot thus far. Bot lane not going as horrible as it can completely. Church of Rango finish. Actually just went buff to Gromp. I don't know if they spotted Kayn on that ward. He's coming in behind.
No,
Wolf.
coming in mid. Syndra is going into the river and she is safe. Taric's heading up top looking for this Tahm Kench.
Okay, nothing's gonna happen. Buff to Gromp at the top. Going to get red by Survivor. He's not going to stay up long enough to get taken advantage of. The question is, where is the lane? The lane is in a bad spot. Set can really start to punish the Tahm Kench. If it's not too bad, shouldn't be too much of a problem. Kayn gonna spot out Rango. Lux can move first. BTG looking to aid.
Kayn gets the Scuttle Crab, and now Tahm Kench is here. Taric's in a 3v1. Flashes out from the Tahm Kench knockup. Syndra gets the slow and gets rooted for her trouble, but now she's slowed. She has to flash out, and Rango goes back in and gets taken out by Kayn.
Okay. Very good of Rango to dodge the first light binding. Sadly, his mid laner has to pull flash because of it, and then he sticks around too long and eventually does go down. Mocha Dog and Scrambles on the opposite side of the map, not feeling much better. While Mocha's been doing quite well in the CS department, his HP bar is not feeling the best. Neither is the mana bar out of Scrambles, trying to keep up with the poke, but it's just not happening. Tortuga going to be able to push in. A lot of the CS is going to be missed under tower, and eventually if they don't get helped here by a jungler, Mocha Dog and Scrambles will just continue to fall further and further behind in this lane. Isolated, it is pretty much unwinnable for the Lucian Braum.
Yeah, this is pretty rough so far. The last time we saw Lucian on stream, it was, I believe, Foxtrot, and they went Lucian Nami,
Oh yeah.
which was absolutely gross. They steamrolled that game and had like multiple 2v2 kills, and it was super impressive.
I mean, the Nami procs the Lucian passive so many ways. It actually is kind of a damage buff when you have the right enchanters, but when you can't access your passive, it is most certainly, the changes are most certainly nerfs. Now Lucian will scale into the same sort of champion. He will meet up with Church of Rango at some point, and they will proc the passive that way, and he will have a fantastic mid game. The early game is going to kind of stink. Good on him to stay even in CS. If he can continue to do that for the rest of the lane, he will be right where he needs to be. I think it's very risky here to greed for so many combat items and not get potions in this lane. Personally, the refillable from Scrambles, love to see that. When you're in a heavy poke lane, first buying refillable on the first back gets so much efficiency and value. We'll see if they're able to get poke onto Mocha Dog, though, because he is the target with 0 potions in his inventory.
And the lane's in a terrible position for him. He's not going to get any of this farm until TFF wants him to.
Yeah, TFF could actually decide to break this, and it wouldn't be the worst thing ever, just because there is an Infernal Dragon on the table, and because Ezreal and Zyra both do much better in lane when there are less minions. The plants focus the enemies more, the mystic shots find their target more, and so you have to... Yeah, it's not like the worst thing in the world to break this freeze, but you can see the nice CS lead that Tortuga is building up just by having it right outside his tower. Nice 10 CS already, and yeah, the freeze is mostly broken already at this point, which is fine. He got his initial advantage, and now he's going to turn into the poke machine, get lane control back, allow his Zyra to push up, and it looks like Diablos and BTG are also playing around this dragon. Oh, ulting it topside.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh, there's a haymaker from Set to dodge the tower shot, and Tom Kench W's in, Conqueror procs. There's a nice E from Set. Oh,
Zerxul should win now.
There's the Q. Tom gets the grasp proc.
Oh, that's so
40
sad.
health.
No.
Oh, Syndra spends the teleport. Oh, get the stun. There's the Q. Ult. Oh, and the catfish gets taken out.
Oh, golf clap, golf clap. Zerxul is maxing the Q first here in this lane. So chat, I'm sorry if that was a very delayed response, but I'm trying to look. My mic is currently in a way, or I can't see Twitch chat very well, but I'm trying to look as much as possible. Get the Q max on the Set. The TP from XC Wolf getting the kill there just narrowly. Season 10 Survivor did pick that fight at the very beginning. Tortuga needs to be a little careful without his support here. Oh boy.
It's chunked down, but and there's a Q on Zyra.
Okay. I mean, Raw, if they just run at them and press their abilities and auto attack the entire time, Lucian Braum will win. That's just not how you expect this lane to work. Mocha Dog and Scrambles finding a nice 2v1 opportunity to get on top of Tortuga. Now they're going to try and push this one back before the Ezreal returns to lane. Sheen and Tyr at this point. Ezreal laning doesn't get much better than this. Speaking of laning going well, BTG up a couple minions thanks mostly to that teleport going up to the top side. Zerxul, get another fight. Diablos is here.
Diablos is here. There's the Tom Kench ult. That's pushing it. He gets a haymaker off. He's got the Conqueror, Iron Spike Whip, and Kane just finishes him off.
Very nice from Diablos not to join that too quickly. The set doesn't have... The set takes a long time to kill the Tahm Kench, but it can kill you very, very quickly as the squishy jungler coming to his lane.
Oh. Caden dodges the Tarek stun. And he's out.
I gotta look up some... Oh, never mind. I'm getting interrupted. I don't think they can do anything.
Set TP in, Caden flash out.
So Kayn actually stopped the W to slow them and then realized that Zeratul just kept walking, not actually going for the auto attack. He wanted to ult him backwards. That's why Diablos had to flash in that moment. Mocha? Oh!
Heal and flash out from Lucian on the other side of the map. And Braum ignited. They are desperately trying to get out.
Oh, it's
And
not
there's
done
a fight
yet.
up in
Top
top.
side. Nice flash, BTG.
Oh, he gets the snare into ult from Lux.
Really nice flash. Right onto the corner of the wall to clip the Q. Oh, Tortuga went...
No.
I'm sorry, that looks so funny. Oh my god. Tortuga went for the style play. Mocha saw that he messed up, went to restyle on him. Tortuga just slapped him in the face with a mystic shot. It wasn't even close. Alright, Tortuga grabs his first kill in the bot side. It's up 12 CS. But the 12 CS isn't really the big part. Even the kill really isn't the big part. It's the 4 tower plates. 2-0. Scrambles isn't in too much trouble. Tortuga does not have the arcane shift. So he walks out, allows his 80 carry to pick up a couple minions, but if they can't push that wave into the tower and get a couple of those plates back, it is bad news bears. Oh, that's actually a really impactful. Really impactful. Tortuga should ult the wave before he leaves.
Yeah, I think he heard you there.
Hey! Braum exists. Sad. Very, very sad. But Tortuga does have to stay here. That was a really good cancel by Mocha. Basically allows him to push forward. I don't think they can threaten the dive.
They
with
want
the
it.
Q landing.
Lucian goes super deep. He's out of minions now. Oh, that's awkward. Meanwhile, there's fighting in top. Set gets Kench ulted and then flashes out. Lux is heading towards bot, goes for the snipe, misses the ult.
What's happening? Not much. Pop-Tart's going to just force them back. Church of Rango is here, but there's not going to be an all-out brawl, so nothing too much is going to happen. Second Drake is spawning in 20 seconds. Diablos is not close whatsoever, but Mocha Dog is not healthy enough to stick around. Diablos with Rift Herald in hand might look to place this soon. With 5 seconds on the dragon and only a minute left till tower plating falls. Probably just the best place to put this is mid currently. It looks like bot doesn't really need any help. Oh, big stun.
Oh, stun from Syndra. She flashes out. Yeah, this feels like Herald going down in mid. Tarek and Braum are there with
careful not to
Syndra
run
there.
into too many people.
Hunting. The Winter's Bright lands on Kayn. Braum ult goes wide.
I don't... God, I feel like I would have played the same thing. Throw the Braum ult towards the wall. Pop-Tart might be in trouble. Mocha Dog hit most of the culling.
Lucian's getting
don't get solo
popped
killed by
up
a support.
plants.
Oh no, support. Support's broken. Support's just broken.
That was 3 ulted powered up plants plus the both summoners, but yeah.
Oh no. Good block out of scrambles. They need to get out.
The Syndra, she's running for her
Syndra
life.
will
She
die.
got stunned. Yup. Got a Cloud Rift. And that's a flash in
more.
from Tahm Kench. There's no tower there, and Tarek gets taken out.
Alright, Survivor makes the play happen, walking down in fact, so now he can teleport up to the minion wave top side. Feels all good for the Tom Kench, nice team play. Shout out your top laner who did something. He's helping. But no, this game is feeling a bit more TFF? Is that just the way to put it? The 7-0 team doing... How did that Q land?
Oh, this is not looking good for Set. He gets ulted, he ults the Tom Kench back. He's just hoping for his W cooldown, and it does not happen.
That's... You never like for your top laner to walk to the bottom side of the map, get a kill, teleport up to your lane, and then kill you. That is I'm losing lane territory by a lot. Church of Rango not having the impact either on Taric last game. I think it was sitting around 3-1 and 2 at this point, if I remember correctly, not having the impact this game. Bot lane going a bit rough as well. Wolf is doing okay in the mid lane.
We've got a much earlier form change for Diablos. He is once again Ross.
Teleport coming in.
Oh, there's the Set. Ezreal flashes out. Zyra gets stunned. She's eating the Lucian ult. Taric's here sitting on the Ezreal. He gets the blue smite. He's running him down. Gets the stun, and Zeratul finishes him off.
Alright, 2 quick kills.
Oh,
that was a lot of damage. I didn't expect that damage either. Mocha saving the heal, whether out of knowledge or ignorance there. It was a bit scary.
Kayn flashed the Syndra Q.
Oh,
nice dodging, but there's the Kayn ult. The Syndra ult on Lux. Oh, and she flashes out. Oh, I've got to be right back.
No problem. Honestly, Wolf getting 2 summoners there is pretty decent. He was pretty dead to rights. BTG not able to land too much, but now Diablos in onto Church of Rango. Stun follows, but there's not too much to be had. In comes Season 10 Survivor from the depths. Knockup sets it up for BTG, and Survivor will try to get his jungler out. Double knockup coming out of scrambles. Can he get the blast cone? One does, but he goes straight back in. He doesn't go out. Season 10 Survivor all by him lonesome, but the Kench is quite hard to take down. Can Tortuga get here? Can he make a difference? It's going to be the Set ult in, but the Arcane Shift takes the AD carry out. Kayn finally goes down, but too much backup has arrived for TFF. They will run down members there, so will get tongue lashed. Tortuga missing the Mystic Shot mid lane means he can't go forward. Massive damage out of Wolf. Mocha Dog, the benefactor of the play from the mid lane, but we're getting a little bit scrappy in the mid game. Pearl finding some life in them. Oh, but there's not much life to be had in this place. But I was going to walk down Pearl's mid laner. Tortuga goes very far forward. Can he keep up the DPS? Can the Mystic Shots land? He doesn't need it to take out Mocha Dog. Church of Rango, you may be invulnerable for how long it wears off, and when it does, you go down. A double kill over to the substitute AD carry of team... Oh, excuse me, not team, but TFF Aftershock, the Fierce Force, if you didn't know. It took me a while to figure that out. Last season in ZGG, not this season. Tortuga, Mystic Shot after Mystic Shot, might just claim another life. The Haymaker doesn't come out, and it's another quick kill. Oh, it was looking a little scrappy, was looking a little bit rough there for TFF. They remembered who they are. They remember they're the first place team. And Tortuga putting up a nice performance, substituting in for the first place organization here. I'm going to go around this Cloud Dragon just because there's not much else to take on the map. Baron hasn't spawned yet and won't for another minute and 15 seconds. Double Leandries completed. Makes life very hard for Zertzel and Rango. Scrambles as well. Rather, the entire front line of NSG going to just give up this dragon. No steals had. Good attempt by Scrambles, but nothing to come of it. And now we're just going to see, can TFF play this one clean, play this one out easily? They seemingly should be able to, having only dropped 3 individual games over 7 weeks of play. Best of 3s all around. We should imagine that our top team can close out cleanly, but what does that look like? That looks like setting up around the top side, either choking them out of vision or just straight playing around the lanes. You've got a top outer tower, should be pretty easy to take. You've got a single teleport on your Tom Kench, that probably should be going towards the bottom lane. Pretty much send anyone to match against there, so as long as they are wave clearing, they won't have a problem. But Tom Kench wants to remind him who is the alpha in the lane. I really hope he doesn't just get ran down here, but it looks like he just gets ran down here. It's going to be Wolf teleporting in, but they're going to teleport to their demise. As Diablos is sitting on top of them, Season 10 Survivor picks up the kill, and the Unleashed power unleashes a bit of tickling into Diablos' back as he takes a quick kill. 2 down for the side of NSG Pearl. The Baron has spawned. I wonder how much they're going to be able to force scrambles. Might be found out here. Oh, the Winter's Bite doesn't connect. Scramble's going to have to flash over the wall, but BTG is there with a light binding, rather. The shield won't save him coming out of the locket of the Iron Glory, and he will have to go down. Mystic Shot lands from Tortuga in the mid lane. Baron has started up. They're not interested in the mid tower. They're not interested in the top tower. They're interested in slaying the prized objective of the top side of the map. Baron and Nashor are going to give them plenty of siege potential to pick up all of those inner towers worth so much gold now. And once they've claimed all of that gold for their own, they can back off to the safety of the river and claim a Dragon Soul. This should be a pretty easy clean out. Honestly, with how fed TFF are, they might not even need to go for the Dragon Capture. They might just look to end the game off of the Baron itself. Rift Herald spawn top. Zeratul going to get absolutely run down. There's no way he can turn this whatsoever. No flash, no ultimate. 2 towers drop in the blink of an eye. Herald's going to continue pushing top as long as they kill this tower quickly enough, and they won't. Shirley's going to go down, but mid lane siege is where the action is. 2 towers already fallen, and if TFF don't want to push their luck, they can always rotate top. There's still a minion wave, even if the Rift Herald did get killed. They're going to walk this one in. BTG. Nice light binding, but it's not going to turn into too much. And now you have to ask yourself, Pearl, where do you make your final stand? Where do you choose if you are going to lose the game in a ball of fire or in a whimper? Rango looking to make it at this tower. The ult comes out, but he has to flash, so he doesn't get blown up beforehand. That was the only ultimate going out. Stranglethorns. As I say that, TFF just throw ult barrage after ult barrage. The Baron minions stacking up against this tower. Reminder, TFF have not recalled since taking the Baron. They have a lot of gold in pocket. They're going to continue pushing forward. BTG, no mana, no teleport. They want the inhibitor. Pearl won't fight them for it. I have to imagine this is the break, rather. Tortuga wanted it. Not going to get it.
Sorry about that. I am back.
Alright. You missed a couple kills, a Baron, 5 towers, and 2 inhibitors.
Oh my god.
It's been a rough one for Pearl. They can't really pick their fights very well. The enemies are so far away, and the ones that aren't far away are Rost with Gore Drinker and Tom Kench. It's been very hard for Pearl to find something to do.
Yeah, I really like that Pearl came in with a defined game plan. They knew exactly how TFF were going to draft, and they formulated the plan. I think it was clever, but it worked better in game 1, and then TFF saw how it worked and figured out how to play against it for number 2.
I think the Lucian and the Vayne don't really do similar things. Obviously, the Vayne did get banned out, but they didn't have that kind of ace in their sleeve. I feel like Church of Rango definitely got a bit more figured out. And I think the jungle pathing made a lot of difference. The first game, it was split map. Laners didn't quite know what to do. Everyone didn't seem very comfortable with the split map. And now that they are in their element, now that it was just kind of much more standard game, TFF were just able to play out their lanes a lot easier, and it went a lot better for them. Season 10 Survivor looking to get run down by 4 members, and this is the army that's necessary to take down the Comkench, but what do you lose on the other side of the map?
He flashes
oh my
out
goodness,
from
he just
Bromku,
flashes.
and he's gonna get away.
Oh, it's so
no.
sad. Wait. Oh, I told you. Mid lane inhibitor was never taken. Just the tower. But I think it's going to fall rather shortly.
Yep,
Top
they're going
first,
towards
then
mid
bot.
inhib now.
Straight over to mid. Season 10 Survivor has the teleport if they just want to pull the trigger.
And that's exactly how that goes down. He teleports
Oh,
in. Ult demolishes Church of Rango. Kane ults the set under tower. Set goes for the Haymaker for the shield. Braum gets taken out by Lux. Diablos gets the Q to finish off set. They're chasing down Ezreal. They want that moral victory, but they're not going to get it.
Oh, it is a clean wipe. Pearl, with a heroic game 1, absolutely should have taken it, but just weren't able to find the footing they needed in the mid and late game. They slip a rather tragic game 1 over to the side of TFF, and TFF remember who they are game 2. They turn it up to max. They stomp their opposition 6-23, 3 dragons to 1, a Baron to 0, and a 25-minute game is much more what we expected from the high-class organization that has sit atop of our standings from pretty much week 1. TFF look unstoppable, and it's kind of a question of how it's starting to become less of a question of who can beat TFF and who looks the best against them. Because they're just not dropping games. And I do want to tip a hat towards Agni Kai, who are also like doing very well in the standings, dropping very few games overall. They have a very similar game record as TFF Aftershock, so hats tip to those guys. They are killing it as well. But it is feeling like a bit of a 2-horse league at the moment, and Pearl shocked a lot of people with game 1. I really would have liked to see them come away with that. But you still have to give credit where credit is due, because it took a lot to manifest such a lead against such a good team. Again, very sad they weren't able to pull it out, but if you're looking at the glass half full for Pearl, they can definitely punch above their weight.
Yeah, they don't have anything to feel bad about tonight. They played a really solid game, and then I think that game 2 would have happened to anyone in the league.
It's hard to recover mentally. But NSG did go on a nice winning spree there before tonight. They kind of need to shake off this night, tell themselves they did a lot of really good things, and get back on the horse. This Pearl team, I think, can be a real doozy if they can kind of get their ducks in a line. I feel like they have a lot of good things going for them, and they just need to put everything in the right order, get all the right pieces clicking in just the right way. I think they have the individual pieces to make a really good team, but it's just not clicking yet. But that is going to be it. TFF Week 8 claim another victory. 2-0 puts them at a 16-3 game record, an 8-0 overall record as our number 1 seed. Remember, from here on out, we are voting on what we are watching each week. There is a community polls chat channel right near the top underneath announcements and media announcements. Go there, I don't know, probably 24 hours or so before the stream game. We'll get those posted. You can choose who you want to see next week and all the following weeks until playoffs. But until then, I'll have to bid you adieu. It's been wonderful to come back. I am refreshed from my vacation. I will be here for the rest of the season. Alongside me will be Shot Duck, who now is the only caster to have not missed a week. Congratulations, Shot Duck. No pressure on keeping that up. But thank you, everyone, for watching. We will see you next week.